What happened early, and did you feel like that start kind of dictated the game?
Yeah, it was almost the exact opposite of our game in New York a couple weeks ago, where I think we started out that game 14-0, and I thought the Knicks were great tonight, right from the very beginning. They took it to us. They were physical. They played with great force, and I thought Tom made a great move starting McBride. With OG out, putting McBride in there, space the floor, and obviously he got going, and they had us really spread out early, and we knew they were going to come in and play hard, after we got them a couple weeks ago. That's kind of their identity. They're a hard-playing team, and they took it to us tonight.
Why do you think, outside of Steph and Jay Carey, just the starting unit not really having that oomph tonight, really just not being able to find anything?
Yeah, just one of those nights, where we didn't really get anything going. From that starting group, they've been really good, but it just felt like from the very beginning we were swimming upstream. So I think it was 15-4 out of the gate, and we didn't once have the lead in the game. We made a good comeback, but I just didn't think we were disciplined enough throughout the game to earn the win. We were biting on pump fakes on non-shooters. We were getting back cut over and over again, which compromised our defense. They had 14 offensive boards. They just outplayed us, simple as that.
See, what do you make of a start like this in a game at this point of the season with the stakes as high as they are? What do you make from that? What do you take away from that?
Well, it's I don't think it's a lack of effort. I think it's, we weren't good enough. That simple. We just did not play well enough. And, it's disappointing because, we got these 3 home games here this week, and we wanted to get off on the right track. And, but that's a really good team, and they just outplayed us. Simple as that.
How important is it over these last 15? You have 6 more home games, and I know you've talked in the past about how important it is to establish a home court. Is it still as important as it always was, or has that dynamic changed a little bit with the way the season's going?
It's always important to control your home floor. This has been a strange season in that regard. We've been good at home for a long time, and just haven't been able to establish that dominance at home, and that's what's keeping us from, climbing up in the standings.
Any rhyme or reason for that?
No.
Just random?
Yeah, I don't know.
What did you think of how Andrew Wiggins played tonight? It looked like you went with Gary over him for a little bit there. And what went into the decision to keep him in the fourth during crunch time?
Well, we were searching for lineups tonight for sure. I liked Moses's minutes in the first half, and then he went out with a knee injury. And with Moses unavailable, we were searching for lineups, whether it was Wiggs or J.K. or Brandon. You make the best decisions that you can, and you have to be able to guard. So we wanted Wiggs on Brunson, and that's why Gary played as many minutes as he did as well, because they spread you out, and Brunson is really tough, and so we were matching up and trying to find lineups that clicked.
Steve, Clay coming off the bench, it's not like, wouldn't say he's embraced the role, but he's kind of attacked it. It seems like he's really gotten after that role and taken it to heart. Would you say that?
He's been great. It's not just his play, but it's his approach. I really like the way he's handled himself and handled the role. I would say he has embraced it. I'm sure he'd prefer to start, but he's really done a good job of taking the job and running with it, and recognizing that it's been a good move for our team too. Thanks.
So you guys were, I think, 3rd in defensive rating last month, 18th this month. Is there anything you can point at and say, what happened in the last few weeks?
Yeah, we've been inconsistent the last couple of weeks, and sometimes shots go in, shots don't. That happens too. It's not always about, effort or scheme. These guys, as my old coach Pop used to say, those guys make millions of dollars to play basketball too, and it's like you can game plan. You don't probably expect Miles McBride to go 9 for 13 and have 29, but he's a hell of a player. He's an NBA player for a reason, and so he had a night, and I thought they spread us out early with that starting lineup and with the pick and roll, and then McBride got free a couple times, and that got him going. And so there are nights where you can try to do everything right, but guys just get free. With that said, I thought we had a lot of breakdowns tonight, some backdoor cuts, offensive rebounds where we didn't box out. And those things can also free up, guys to get hot. And I thought that happened tonight. Thanks. Oh, you have a question? Sorry.
Sorry, hello, Steve. How do you think Stephen Curry's today's performance? He's starting to get points at second quarter after last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a slow start to the game for Steph and for our whole team. And then, he did what he always does, which is he bounced back and played well and helped us, have a chance. So it wasn't Steph's best night. It wasn't my best night. It wasn't the team's best night. So we'll have to bounce back on Wednesday. Thank you.
McBride hit a few early ones, got him going. And then with Brunson, we tried not to foul. Obviously, did a pretty good job, but still 8 free throws. And then most of them were late. Fouling shooters. Coach was big emphasis on that before the game, especially with him. And so those two things really hurt us, I think.
How exhausting is it trying to play catch up the whole game? Every time you guys get close, they go on a run. What's that like, kind of going through that?
Yeah, it's tough. And their coach did a really good job calling timeouts. He used all of them every time we got a little bit of momentum. He called a timeout. And so, but at the same time, you just got to overcome, especially when you're at home. You just got to keep the momentum going, make plays, and play hard.
Trace, do you have any theory as to why this team is better on the road than it is at home? It's such a rare thing in the NBA.
Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. I feel like we came in locked in. We had a good shoot around. Start of the game was a little rough, but after we got into the swing of things, I just think we started a little slow, and they got comfortable. So we got to make teams uncomfortable early.
When you say that you guys started a little slow, but did that surprise you at this point of the season where, so much is at stake and you guys are trying to establish a way to get back up into that top 6?
Yeah, it was talked about before the game. I mean, we went there 3 weeks ago and kind of jumped on them early. So a coach said before the game that they're going to come out here swinging, especially the way that we started the last time we played, and that's exactly what they did.
Trey's kind of following up on that. I mean, you guys went on a pretty hefty run a couple weeks ago over the last couple months to get solidly in that play-in picture, but you weren't really able to make significant steps up in the standings. Now, as things kind of become a little bit more inconsistent again, is that a frustrating thing that you put together a strong couple months and it isn't quite getting you where you guys really wanted to be?
Yeah, we got to just take it one game at a time. 16 or 15 left. So we got 16 more. We got to take it one at a time, and we got to be locked in. And so obviously we got Memphis coming in here on Wednesday. So we'll watch the tape tonight and start focusing on them.
Trace, you had 19-10 with 3 blocks tonight. How much more comfortable are you with the team, what they're asking you to do than maybe you were when you first came in?
Yeah, it's night and day different for me, how I see the game. Chris, CP has done a great job with me, just talking to me, telling me things that I need to do, and it shows. his leadership, him, Draymond, Loon, all of them, all the vets have really been huge in helping me develop, and they give me confidence every time I step on the floor.
Cool. A couple of guys up here short.
To me.
What went wrong tonight?
They just made more buckets than we did. We didn't get enough stops.
I know you weren't out there at the start, but what did you see it during that 15-4 start that kind of seemed to, dictate the game?
We just didn't come out. We just didn't make buckets early. Couldn't get stops. They made some and we didn't. So we just had to, crack it open a little late, and then we just had to fight the whole game back. We got to cut it down, I think, to like 5 or something like that, and then they just made another push.
What challenges does Jalen Brunson present when he has the ball?
The league can't touch anybody, so he's pretty shifty. So if he gets you leaning one way and then go, you're probably going to commit fully the other way, and then, it's up to him if he wants to stop, pump fake, do what he wants, and all you need is a little contact, and they're going to call it.
There's been talk recently that the fouling has gone down in the league. Have you felt that? I mean, clearly you were not happy with some of them tonight.
No, it's every day. It's every game. It's just got to adjust to how the refs want to call it that night.
Gary, do you feel there's enough time in the season for you guys to build up momentum you guys want to heading to the playoffs?
Yeah, absolutely. We just got to want to do it, come down, be locked in, and, just like I said, for a whole 48 minutes. We haven't put a 48-minute game together in a couple of weeks, so we still got time. We just got to come in, be locked in from the jump, and try to win these home games, and then we got one more road stretch, so go out there, try to get those, but we got to defend home.
Why do you think that's the case, that you guys haven't been able to put together a full 48 minutes?
We just got to come out every night with the same intensity and effort, from jump. And some days, it just doesn't go for us, and we got to find ways to, get that spark and get going.
Any particular reason you think for the struggles at home this year, being under 500?
No, it's just, you win some, you lose some. Like, it is what it is. Oh, you guys are great.
Thanks, guys.